Hi there, Good Golf here with a new video on ocean-style water assets. I will be comparing three well-known water assets and how they stack up in a VR environment. We will first start with the water asset, which is part of Gaia Pro. And the good thing is, it's also part of Gaia 2. This may be interesting for anyone who already had Gaia 1 and upgraded to version 2 recently. Next we will take a look at Aquas 2020. And last but not least, we'll try out Suimono. Using the water asset from Gaia is pretty straightforward. Just add it with the button in the Gaia Manager dialog. There are 4 water type presets you can choose from, and it gets added in button 2, Create Player, Skies, Water and the other stuff. When we run the scene, you see it's a really nice water plane with small waves and it performs pretty good. There's a little bit of shoreline land-water interface. If we go underwater, we see no special effects apart from the, let's say, fogginess, for lack of a better word. The performance isn't great. You can see it's mostly yellow with red spikes indicating we're below the ideal VR frame rates. Next is the Aquas setup, which is also really easy. Just follow the steps in the setup wizard. Pick one of the 7 water presets, adjust the water level to the sea level of the terrain, add the terrain object and the VR camera, and we are ready to add the water. When we run the scene, you can see a bit more distinct shoreline or waterland interface. Again, the water plane looks really nice. The performance is really good. It's also easy to add the underwater effects. When we check how the underwater effects look like and perform, there are 2 notes. First of all, the underwater effects are a bit strong for my taste. Also, the performance is not great. All yellow with red spikes. Okay, last we look into Suimono. It's an asset with a lot of customization options, however the UX to set it up is not as nice as the other 2 assets. It's all manual effort. Add the module and the surface to the hierarchy, add the VR camera to the right slots and run. Oops, I forgot something. The sea isn't showing. This is because you have to manually resize the plane to make it fit to your scene. It isn't a big issue, but it wasn't obvious at first. The performance is mostly green, but there are quite some red spikes. Also, there is no shoreline waterland interface. However, if I'm not mistaken, this is one of the many customization options. You will need to dig a bit into the documentation to get that set up. Underwater is where this asset shines. The effects are the best with the seaweed and the caustics. Also, the performance is really good. If you look at the presets, you will see it has most options to offer, and you can add your own too. Okay, let's do a quick comparison chart. The Gaia Water is the simplest to use since it's basically part of the terrain, presets and setup. A close second is Aquas, which you can set up with a few mouse clicks in its dialog box. Suimono is a bit more difficult to set up. If you follow the steps in the manual, you will not immediately get the water to show up in your scene. On the positive side, there are tons of settings to be changed and features not shown in this video. If we look at the number of presets for the type of water, then Suimono wins clearly, and it also allows for adding your own presets. Performance-wise, Aquas wins above water and Suimono underwater, just beating Gaia. Aquas has a distortion feature underwater, however it comes at a price. Additionally, Aquas has the best out-of-the-box shoreline, although Suimono is supposed to do this too with some tweaks. Suimono has some nice underwater particles and nice caustics. There's more to the Aquas and Suimono packages than I've shown in this video. If you're interested in adding water to your scene, I would suggest to visit the home pages for these assets and review their documentation. There are more ocean-type water assets to be found in the asset store, however I think these are the most well-known in the Gaia community. If I missed a major one, then please let me know in the comments below and I will see if I can review that one too. Okay, in the next couple of videos I will go indoors and leave the terrain assets behind for a while. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up.